Joining us now with more, Fox News legal analyst Gregg Jarrett, Fox News contributor Sara Carter, and RedState deputy managing editor Kira Davis. Let's go to you first, Sara. You've been at the border a lot. We've all been through this. We just listen, perplexed at how they're telling us that the moon is made of green cheese, and they just keep saying it. But we are refusing to believe that lie. When we hear about the fentanyl and the cocaine, it's not just about the amount of money. It's killing American citizens. We know there was an event down at the border. Where do things stand? What do you imagine coming up at this point?
Well, this should absolutely be a bipartisan issue, Tammy, and it is. When you talk to people along the border, I could say Democrat Henry Cuellar has been very open about it. It's been a huge problem here in Texas. I just returned from Mexico City. I was there with CPAC. I had the opportunity to visit 2 human trafficking shelters. This is where they're keeping children who were being trafficked towards the United States, where they'd been rescued. I can't even begin to tell you, children as young as 6 years old to 18 years old, both boys and girls. This is a humanitarian crisis. This is an issue that is a national security crisis. We've seen it at the border. Think about this. In October, 86,000 known gotaways. In October, those are people that just got into our country in 1 month and disappeared into the fabric of America. 230,000 encounters. This is more than we've ever seen. But really quickly, before you go on, this is what they want. This is the reason why President Biden and his administration will not remove a failure like Mayorkas, because in their eyes, he's not a failure. He's doing exactly what they wanted.
Yeah, it seems, and Gregg, to you on this, it seems like they want this. They say this is the mission. Then they lie and say they're controlling the border and cleaning up Trump's mess. Right. But at the same time, they say that they're looking to impeach Mayorkas. What are your thoughts on the ability of them to actually pull that off? And is what's happening now, is that really an impeachable offense at this point?
Well, an investigation is absolutely merited. Impeachment probably is not. Remember, the constitutional standard for impeachment is high crimes and misdemeanors. 15 months ago, Republicans offered a resolution to impeach Mayorkas. They issued this 13-page memo justifying it. I've read it. It's constitutionally and legally weak. Why? Because disagreements over policy do not rise to the level of impeachable offenses. Stupidity and incompetence and feckless policies are not high crimes and misdemeanors. The proper remedy is not impeachment, but rather a change at the ballot box, elections. And just because Nancy Pelosi and Democrats abused and misused the impeachment standard as a cudgel to bludgeon Donald Trump, whom they loathed and despised, doesn't mean Republicans should do the same thing. Bad behavior doesn't give license to others to engage in that same bad behavior. But there does need to be a thorough investigation.
Yes, I haven't seen their 13-page response, and it may, in fact, be weak. But this is not just about policy, which doesn't exist, by the way. But as you heard from Sara, this is about the incentives for human trafficking. It's about the drugs that are coming in, the fentanyl, which can kill pretty much now every American. The terrorists that we know have gotten over the border. We've caught some. Who knows which ones we haven't caught. So it becomes a national security issue. It becomes a health care issue. It becomes a Mexican cartel issue. Aren't those things a little bit different than policy disagreements?
I don't disagree with you entirely, but again, it's not a high crime and misdemeanor. Look, 100,000 Americans every year are dying of synthetic opioids, mostly fentanyl, coming across our southern border. That's because of Joe Biden and his horrible open borders policy. That's 273 Americans per day. We're outraged over these mass shootings, 10, 15, 20 people. What about 273 people per day who are
that's
murdered
exactly my
by
point.
fentanyl?
Greg, I agree. And Kara, as we look at your an editor, you're involved in the cultural dynamic, a commentary on politics. this is what can be confusing for people, is that this is causing the deaths of Americans. It seems to be a national security issue, a crime issue, a healthcare issue. Kara, from your really your perch, how do you see this when it comes to how we handle this debacle at the border?
Well, I kind of agree with you, Tammy. I don't understand necessarily what the definition of high crime or misdemeanor is. If this is a deliberate act, I do believe Democrats are leaving our borders wide open deliberately. They know what's going on at the border. I mean, if even Katie Hobbs is saying, hey, we have a border problem, there are obviously Democrats who live on the border and experience the direct result of what's going on. Plus, we've seen them now have to face them in places of, like, God forbid, Martha's Vineyard and Chicago. So they know what's going on. And if there is proof that they know how bad things are and they're still leaving the borders wide open, is that not a high crime? People are dying because of what's going on in our borders. Our nation is dying because of what's going on at our borders right now. So I don't know. I'm not the legal scholar here. I'm just the pretty face, Tammy. But if I had to, say, well, something is a high crime, yeah. If you're leaving our border wide open on purpose and you're watching Americans succumb to the crime and violence and drug epidemic that is just waltzing across the border, that sounds like a high crime to me.
Yeah, and I think for you, Kara, obviously, when dealing with kids and schools and all of what we're dealing with the economy and with jobs and with wages and with local crime, and it just, Sarah, I'll give you the last word on this when it comes to how do we've got to stop this at some point. Maybe it's about ending the funding for what it is they're doing at the border and instituting, a different kind of law framework via action in the House.
Well, absolutely. Absolutely. But even more than that, and I'm just going to make this quick. Look, and I always agree with Gregg on mostly everything. This time I'm going to just have to disagree on this because that border they know is wide open. We have children being poisoned in our country. They are not addicts. They are being poisoned by counterfeit pills that are all over our streets. We've lost over 107,000 Americans. The Chinese are our adversaries. The Chinese Communist Party is moving precursor chemicals into Mexico. The Mexican cartels are moving it into the United States. They're laundering the money back through China. We are well aware of what is happening at our border. And what is it going to take? Is it going to take another 9/11, an attack on one of our malls, an attack on one of our cities for us to say, whoa, a crime has just been committed? This is the federal government. Do your job, lock down the borders, or the Republican Party is going to take you on and end it. Americans are tired of this, Tammy. They're just tired.
Greg, thank you. Always the fair one, but hopefully we'll have some other arguments when it comes to the nature of what we can do.
Sure.
Thank you, everyone.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.